folks, we're doing Radiohead Bodysnatchers today. Lovely tune. This is going to be in drop D tuning, so your low E is going to go down to D. I'm going to run through the tones ever so quickly. I'm using the Walrus Audio 385 Mark II. Now live, Tom uses a very different tone. He uses neck pickup and just like an amp distortion, so, you know, go for something. And Johnny's part, he starts off with this slapback delay. And for Johnny's rhythm parts, you want a sort of twangier tone. I've gone for the skeleton key, actually, which is nice for this. You know, paired with... works really nicely. Now we could get stuck into loads of the other effects that go on. I might even do a separate video for it. Shout in the comments below if you'd like that. Now for the verse parts, you've essentially got two riffs. The first one does have a variant, so you're going to play... Now later on, that splits off into octaves. Okay, you got that going on. The other verse part is just this. All right, so again, there's a bit of variance, but you have, and you have. So let's dive into that first. Now this comes in on the 2-and, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay. And I'm going to go quite quickly through this because there's a lot to get through. We have. So you'll get these percussive whacks coming in, right, throughout. So just be mindful of those. Now the right hand's going to be quite loose for this. Okay, so get that first part down. It's upstrokes. And you're going to, those first two, they're staccato, right? So when you see a dot above it in the tab, it means that it's staccato, right? Slight variance. And then back around. You go around that whole part 3 times, okay? So just practice that a little bit. There's a little variance again that Tom plays where you get this. Okay? Then Johnny comes in with his part. I'm going to keep it clean for the time being. So slowly you have this. Again, there's another fill on the repeat where you play. That note comes into play. Put it in if you want. Now once you've gone around that whole thing twice, so once would be. That's one time round, okay? Second time has the fill, and then you do the second. But then we go to the 7th fret. Okay, exactly the same principle. You're just doing 7, 8, 10. And this time it's 7, 8. And you're going to catch, you the open A and what is now the D, like you do here. Now I think Tom's playing. He does a whack. And here. But I've tabbed all the notes when Johnny comes in because Johnny does play. He does play that. So I've combined them both. So this next part goes. Round again. And then there's a little variance. I'm going to come back to that because we've got a new part introduced. You go up once and then again. Then you go 7, 8, 5. And you stay on it. And back around, okay? So we've got, and then, second time though we have, okay, we have this little part that Johnny comes in with. But with the skeleton key and the delay on, you'd have more like this. I think Tom's just playing like an open D and A string there. So we've got 1, 2, 7, 3, 5, all as per tab, right? And then we go. I think it's a full bend and release. Okay, that's going to repeat around 6 times, this part. Now Tom's back in here. With that part, right? But Johnny's still playing this part, but it varies. It goes off and plays. And around again, right? That goes around this whole thing again. So we've got. Down to the 7th fret. And then we have all on the low string now. Okay, and then on the second time, this hangs over obviously. And then it goes into this, into that part, okay? Now, he's going to be using a bit more distortion there. But then we have this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Round that twice, and then a variance goes. Again. And then we go to the 19th fret. And then we're coming out of this part now. He goes for these bends. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then. And that is the end of Johnny's part. Okay, so that again, it's very straightforward. You've just got... and then around that again. That's just all half step bends. And then... now, no disrespect to Johnny's part, but Tom's part for me is where it's all at, people. Now, clean tone, neck pickup. Check the chords out. How Radiohead is that? And it's really buried, like you can't really hear it. If you see Tom play this acoustically, you'll hear all this stuff jumping out. So we have... that's how it transitions. Okay, and then we have this. Good, isn't it? I do love that. Now, a couple of things. All you really need to do is go from this for 2 bars, and then for 2 bars, this for like 1.5 bars, and back to this one for 2 bars. You could just do that, right? But at least live anyway, it's so quiet in the mix, can't really tell. So I've gone for what he does live, which is this. So think of these in groups of... so up, up, whack. That's 1, okay? He does 4 of these. Then he moves to this chord here, right? Now, a quick note on Tom's chords here. Muting that string, that A string, with a little bit of meat off my finger here. When I'm playing this one, B string's muted as well as the A string, right? Because you only really want those 3 notes to ring out, okay? So when we go from this part, like a passing note really, another 4 up when you get to the 12th fret. This chord here, that's a D minor, that's a G minor, same shape. Okay? 4 there, then we move here. Again, A string getting muted by this finger. 3 here. Then, see my 3rd finger's here, and I've got my 1st finger behind it. Okay, so we have 3. And then 1. Then back down to this shape for the G. Okay, and he moves up just 2 frets. That's what he does live. Again, whether it's on the album or not, I'm not entirely sure. It may have evolved over the years. But I would play it exactly like that. So let me do it slowly. 3, 4... time it's going to go to a slightly different chord. Again, that is so good. It really is. But leading into it, we're going to have... you go there, right? So when you get to this last G chord, then you're going to go around this part. That might sound like a lot. It isn't. You've got this chord shape to this one to this one. So it's like a 3-chord phrase that goes around twice. And it's with this. So you're going to do 2. So if we consider that's our 1, remember? So we're going to do 2 of that phrase per chord. Again. This is the same as this one, but it's on the 6th fret. And down 1 fret. So good, I'm going to go around the whole thing one time. So we're going to go from the previous part into that so you can hear it all linked together, okay? So this would be the 4th time round. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just tremendous. Just learn that. Honestly, your life will be immeasurably improved. Now, there is another little bit at the end. I just wanted you to hear how the chords flow through. So when you get to this part, you do 1 bar of those, or 2 of the phrases, and then we do 3 of this phrase. And then there's this. Goes along with the bass actually, and Tom does do that live. You'll see him changing his hand position to do there. Again, that string is muted. Really nice. So slowly. And then we're into this cool Beatles-esque part. Got that going on. So we have slight bit of palm muting on it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. That hangs over into the next bar. A little pull off there. Okay, and it just cycles around. So just start it slowly. And then speed it up. Now, Johnny then goes off on one. All that good stuff, right? And it's the same all the way through. It's just... So, that's on the 4 and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So up, up, whack, whack, whack. And then a couple of notes. I'm just going to play it through because you've got the tab, okay? Messed that one up, never mind. Okay, getting up here now, at the dusty end. Nearly end. Now we have... And we got this. It just stops. And that, folks, is it. So I hope the pacing of that video was okay for you. See you again soon. Cheers.